What is going on, everyone? This is Mr. Alchemy, and today I'm bringing you guys a game of Domination on Outpost. And real quick, before I get started, I would just like to give a big thank you to all of those who left me positive feedback and comments on my last video, because I had no right to complain in that commentary or be all down in the dumps and, complain and moan about something that wasn't going my way. And you guys could have just as easily called me a pussy and said, quit being a little baby, but instead, as you guys usually do, you supported me and left me positive feedback saying, keep your head up, a channel like this can't go unnoticed for very long, and it just goes to show you that you guys are awesome, so I really thank you for that. But that is water under the bridge. I'm not going to cover that any longer, and I will be talking about the gameplay later because this is Outpost and I haven't used a gameplay on this map yet, but I wanted to talk about a little bit of a topic first, and as you can see by the title of this video, I want to ask you guys, and this is the question of the day: do you think I'm a tryhard? Now, obviously, you're seeing my gameplay. You've been watching it for quite some time now, depending on how long you've been subscribed to me. My game style really has never changed. It's always been the same. Although, it may be a different map, or I may be playing more aggressive or more campy. For the most part, the major part of my game has never changed, regardless of what Call of Duty I'm playing. And now that I think about it, this is kind of a bad gameplay to use, because I am using the Type 95, and I'm asking you guys, am I a tryhard? And I'm using the Type 95, and you can probably say yes by just looking at the gun I'm using. But from my playstyle, if people watch it enough, people might brand me as a tryhard. Now, I don't know what you guys think of this. I do drop shot quite a bit. I've thrown a little halo jump every now and then in there, but I don't halo jump that much because I think it's kind of pointless. You die so quick in this game, it doesn't even matter, and that's part of my defense that I drop shot so much in this game, is that if I don't, I'm gonna die. And if you go back and look at some of my Black Ops gameplays, I don't drop shot nearly as much in that game as I do this one. So, in my defense, this game is very, very hard to stay alive in. And, if I drop shot, drop shotting saves me a lot of the time. A lot of the time, I end up dying anyway, it doesn't make a difference, but that's sort of my defense. So, do I try hard in games? No. Do I try? Yes. Now, the reason for that is I don't like losing. I have fun when I win, and I have like 150-something win streak. My win ratio right now is like a 15. So, I win a lot, and 99% of the reason for that is because I play in a full party all the time. So I understand why my win ratio is so high, but I still try in the games that I play because, one, I like winning, like I said, but two, every time I go into a game, I'm expecting to get a gameplay for you guys, which is why I try not to die, and I'm drop-shotting, because my standard is, if I die more than 5 times, I'm probably not going to upload the gameplay unless I get a decent amount of kills. So, for me, it goes back to me drop-shotting because I don't want to die, or me trying because I don't want to die, as I get a nice little triple there, or me trying because I want to get a gameplay for you guys. And games where I'm running around with an SMG, being really aggressive, it looks like I'm trying really, really hard, but really, I'm just really focusing on making the gameplay as aggressive as I possibly can and staying alive. A lot of people might brand me a tryhard for that. I don't really care. People can call me a tryhard if they want. My KD's at 2.7. Some people are much more tryhard than me. Some people use the Type 95 every game. There are people that use the ACR and search and destroy and sit back in their spawn the whole game until they're the only ones left so they can clutch and make themselves look better than they really are. I had a guy that I was playing against that did that. On Carbon, my team still ended up winning because we're awesome like that. But either way, there are plenty more people out there that try harder than me. Do I try harder than a lot of my friends? I don't know. I think if you recorded some of their gameplay and compared it to mine, you might see some major similarities. I'm sure they drop shot just as much as me, and although that may seem a little unbelievable, I think that it's probably true, because I see a lot of my friends drop shotting a lot of the time. People give me crap for drop shotting, but they do it too, so they have no right to give me a hard time for it. But my parties that I play in are pretty damn good, and we're not MLG legit, we're not professional, obviously. I'm not bragging about that. I'm sure that if we went in and played a GB on Modern Warfare 3 right now, we'd probably get our asses handed to us because we haven't played competitively in this game yet. For those of you that are wondering, I do have quite a background with competitive gaming. I've done quite a few GBs in my day. I did it quite a bit on Modern Warfare 2, on Black Ops as well, and I played dubs on COD 4. So I have had my fair share of competitive gameplay, which is why I might be a little bit of a tryhard, because I have played competitively before and there's just a little bit of that competitive spirit in me. But like I was saying, my team that I play with, and I say my team, but usually we have somebody different in our party every time. I play with the same core group of people. You'll see I Revitalize in my games a lot. You'll see DJH in my games a lot, X Forsaken, the special one, and every now and then you'll see somebody only using Magikarps, DJ Sky, Rat Jr., all those guys, and most of them actually watch my YouTube videos, which is pretty cool too, but those are the main group, that's the main group of guys that I play with, sorry. And, you know, I underestimate our group a lot because there were, a couple days ago, there were 4 of us. I Revitalize was in the party with me, and I think Rat. And we went up against these guys who had about 6 or 7 win-loss ratios now. You might see that compared to mine and be like, well, they probably aren't that good, but on average, a 6 to 7 win-loss ratio is pretty damn good. And like I said, the reason why mine is so high is because I play in a party, but I went in this game thinking that we were going to have a challenge or that we might even lose. I didn't know how good these guys were. They were higher prestige than us, and you know, going into this game, I kind of expected to have a tough time, but we played 2 games against them, and we 4-0'd them both times. So, you know, and like I said, I'm not bragging on my party by any means. We do play against players who are not very good at the game, which is why we look so good, but, man, when it comes down to crunch time, we really get our game together and play as a team, and usually win a lot of games. I don't want to blame this on the map, but a lot of the times why we lose is because of maybe the map we're playing on, or because, you know, just some situation, the host is bad. And I am making excuses. You're going to lose games every now and then by parties that are better than you, or by parties that played more as a team than you, and you're just going to have to deal with that and move on. But anyway, enough about that. I just wanted to see what your guys' thoughts on that are. So I want to get a little bit into the gameplay. I was using the Top 95 this game, as I said. Probably the most overpowered gun in this game. It kills in 1 burst if you hit him anywhere in the upper torso area. And even if you hit him in the legs, it can still 1 burst him every now and then. As I get killed by a guy with Assassin right there. And I'm using Sleight of Hand, Quick Draw, and Steady Aim. I don't use Scavenger on the Top 95. I think Sleight of Hand works best on it. And I was using Steady Aim this game because I did not have Dead Silence unlocked yet. I'm using Kick on it. And I honestly don't think you really need Rapid Fire on this gun. I think, and you don't really need Kick either, but to be honest, it kills in 1 burst, and I don't think you need Rapid Fire unless you get into a situation where you have really bad aim, or you're firing from the hip close range and you just need to get more shots off. To be honest, I think it's just fine with Kick on it and just a regular red dot sight. If you want to try a different attachment combination, I found that it works pretty well with a silencer and Rapid Fire. The iron sights are pretty decent. They kind of get a little bit of a block going on. That sounds kind of weird saying that, but what I mean by that is you kind of lose your target in the iron sights every now and then. But overall, it's definitely a good gun, obviously, if you want to use it. I would not play very aggressive with it just because it's a 3-burst weapon, and if you miss your first burst, you're probably gonna lose the gunfight and die. It is not overpowered if you give it to a really crappy player, but it is overpowered if you put it in the right hands. As far as the map is concerned, I really like Outpost. I hardly ever play it. It seems like the only maps I play are like Dome, Lockdown, Underground, and those types of things. I really wish I could play this map more. Usually what we do is spawn trap them at A, but C is good to spawn trap them at 2. If you spawn trap them at C, I think the best thing for you to do is probably stick to the middle of the map. The only danger in that is the fact that there is a bunker right by C that people like to camp in, and there's a little window in the bunker overlooking the middle of the map where the wooden walkway is. So you do have to watch out for that. But if you spawn trap them at A, just stick around these warehouses in the middle and make sure that you don't get flanked from that little slope to the left. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the game. My final score was 30-2. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you have a great day, and I will catch you guys later.